Welcome back to the Middle East Watch, our channel depicting Iran's stronghold in the Middle East through its allies and its enemies. I'm gonna firstly be talking about Iran's allies in the region, and then Sarah, my colleague, will be talking about Iran's enemies in the region. Firstly, we've got Iraq. Iran's got a strong influence in Iraq due to the Shia political groups and majorities. There's strong economic and security cooperation between the two countries, particularly in counter-terrorism. Syria was a key ally as Iran supported Bashar al-Assad's reign during the civil war, but now with new power in play, question marks on Iran's influence in the region. Thirdly, we've got Lebanon. Iran has strong ties with Lebanon via Hezbollah, which is Iran's key proxy in the region. There's strong political and economic influence, mostly through arm and financial supports to Hezbollah, leading with strong tensions with Israel and the West. Furthermore, Iran has a key ally in Yemen via the Houthis rebels in their fight against the Saudi-backed government. There's alleged provision of weapons and intelligence, though Iran denies direct involvement. Another key ally in the region is Qatar. There's been strengthened ties between Iran and Qatar since the 2017 Saudi-led blockade on the latter. There's strong economic and energy cooperation between the two countries. And lastly, Oman. Oman is a traditionally neutral country in the region which has helped mediate nuclear negotiations between Iran and the West, though there are strong trade ties and security cooperation between Iran and Oman. That's all on my side.
Welcome back, guys. Today we're going to discuss Iran's regional threats. So when we talk about Iran's influence in the region, we can't ignore its major rivalries. So these tensions shape the Middle East and go way beyond politics. They do involve religion, military power, and even strategic influence. So let's start with Saudi Arabia, who's probably Iran's biggest rivalry. So this isn't just about politics, as I said previously, it's also a sectarian divide, with Saudi Arabia being Sunni and Iran Shia. The two countries have been on opposite sides in conflicts like with Syria, Yemen, and even Lebanon. So diplomatic relations were cut in 2016, but in 2023, thanks to China's mediation, they officially restored ties. That said, tensions are far from being over. So then we have the United Arab Emirates. So they've had a long dispute over three islands, Abu Musa, Greater and Lesser Towns, who are controlled by Iran. Politically, they don't always see eye to eye, but economically, they do business together. And I think it's quite a delicate balance. Then we have Bahrain, who basically follows Saudi Arabia's lead, accusing Iran of supporting Shiite opposition groups. So since 2016, there were no formal ties, and Bahrain is still firmly sides in the Saudi camps. That being said, on the other hand, we have Jordan, who keeps its distance, and it's more aligned with Saudi Arabia and the West, wary of Iran's influence in Syria and Lebanon. But lately, subconscious diplomacy is happening. And now let's talk about Israel. Israel, who is probably Iran's biggest international rival. And Iran doesn't just criticize Israel, it calls for its elimination and supports groups like Hezbollah and Hamas. And the two countries are locked in a covert war with tensions over Iran's nuclear program, cyber attacks, and military clashes in Syria. And finally, there is Turkey. So Sometimes it's a rival, sometimes it's a partner. They do disagree on Syria, but they trade energy, ties, so that keeps them connected. So both, by the way, share concerns over Kurdish separatists. So bottom line, Iran's rivalries aren't just regional, they have a global consequence. And as these tensions shift, the stakes keep getting higher, and it will continue to shape the future of the Middle East.